It's time now for French Connections, our weekly look at the intricacies of life here in France with Florence Villeneuve. Okay. Hi, Flo. We have talked a lot about transportation on this show over the years, but today you're going to put the spotlight on a familiar feature that's gradually disappearing, the metro ticket.
That's right. This is tragic news for fans of the metro ticket. Like myself, I used to have a metro ticket collection when I was little, but that's a whole different story. Now, there's no need to panic here because though it's an endangered species, the physical metro ticket is not going to disappear completely. What's gradually getting withdrawn are books of 10 of these metro tickets, known as a carnet. That's actually our word du jour. Stephen Carroll, business editor, was telling me it was one of the first words he learned in France, so it's a very important word here. You're still going to be able to buy tickets by the unit, but it's more expensive. Let's take a look at the prices currently. The standard single trip for Paris public transport, one ticket costs you €1.90. A pack of 10 tickets, a carnet, costs you €16.90.
All right, so it looks like these are real steps toward the future. The cardboard carnet is gradually disappearing. The system's becoming more modern, and dematerialized tickets are becoming a thing.
That's right. These electronic cards here that let you bing into the metro network have already been used for years by people who have weekly or monthly passes. But now there are several new options that are available for people taking the metro. There's the Navigo Liberté Plus pass, which allows you to use your card all month and then you pay at the end. Or there's this one. This is the Navigo Easy Pass. It costs you €2. It's kind of like a top-up card. You can still buy carnets on this card, and these carnets are actually cheaper than the paper version, and you can actually lend it to other people as well who are taking the metro. There's also the possibility to validate your ticket with a smartphone via an app, though it's not compatible with all the phones yet.
Indeed, I've tried that app. It's still a bit of a work in progress. It'll get there eventually, but it does really signal the end of an era in so many ways. How do Parisians feel about this?
Well, it's a mixed bag because a lot of people like myself are very attached to the metro ticket, which has been around since the metro itself was launched in 1900. So over the past 120 plus years, the ticket has really gone through all sorts of transformations you can see here, especially its color. It's been rose, cream, green, bright yellow, aqua, purple, and more recently, white. So a color for each era. Now, for many people, though, it's much more than just a vulgar transport ticket. It can be so many other things. It can be a bookmark. It can be a last-minute cigarette filter. It can be a handy thing to write your phone number on, perhaps. Now, while some people are nostalgic about the metro ticket, some people also see it as a sign of progress because there is an environmental element here. A cardboard ticket takes about 2 years to disintegrate, and 1 out of every 10 tickets is lost. So there can be some progress here. Take a listen.
Dans le sens de changement économique où on va vers une économie plus verte, donc du coup retirer des tickets carton c'est tout à fait logique quoi.
Arrête de couper des arbres pour faire des tickets de métro, mais je trouve que c'est dommage parce que c'est quelque chose qui a toujours existé.
C'est hyper drôle parce que mon copain il passe son temps à me faire des petites grenouilles avec les tickets de métro et qu'il est dégoûté que ça disparaisse parce qu'il pourra plus me faire de grenouilles.
I love making those little frogs too. Quite an art form.
I actually have a metro ticket Christmas ornament. So you can do lots of things with metro tickets. Regardless, the metamorphosis of the ticket over the years really reflects a societal change here, not just in Paris, but in France.
Certainly does. Take discounts, for instance. The very first discounts were for wounded soldiers following the First World War, proof that the violence of the Great War really impacted French society. And after the Second World War, the baby boom was reflected with a discount for families with 3 kids or more, la famille nombreuse. But the ticket itself has actually experienced a technological revolution that mirrors technological changes in France. For instance, originally, the tickets were manually punched by an employee called a poinçonneur, because to poinçonner is to punch the ticket. And you might be familiar with the Serge Gainsbourg song, Le Poinçonneur des Lilas, which made this...
Poinçonneur des Lilas.
Exactly. Very famous song here. Now, in the late 60s, though, metro tickets became magnetic with this little band here, and these poinçonneurs were replaced by machines, the beginning of automation in many ways. And you know what? That wasn't actually that long ago. A lot of people still remember these poinçonneurs.
Quand j'étais petite, je prenais le métro et il y avait la dame au guichet qui effectivement trouait les tickets de métro. Je m'en souviens très très bien.
J'ai connu le poinçonneur des lilas, le vrai quoi, avec le voilà. avec les trous, avec la machine, là, et sa casquette.
It's not just the metro tickets that have changed over the years. The metro in general has changed. I remember when I first moved here in the 90s, you could still smoke in the metro.
That's right. Some change is good after all, Jeannie. But what's funny is, though, some things change completely. Sometimes the change is same, but different. For instance, these days it's very common to see people glued to their smartphones on the metro, and some people say, what a pity, people used to read or look at each other, etc. But look at this footage from 1966 when they installed a phone in the metro, proof that there needs to be, then people still needed to communicate underground back in the day as well.
Allô patron, ici Robert. Je suis désolé d'être en retard, je ne pouvais pas venir aujourd'hui.
Mais tu sais, je suis en retard parce que ma voiture est en panne, alors j'ai pris le métro. Et tu sais ce qu'il y a dans le métro maintenant? Eh bien, le téléphone. C'est formidable.
Est-ce que je peux venir pour un shampoing mise en pli cet après-midi? C'est possible? Écoutez, je dispose de 2 heures. Hein. Je suis très pris, j'ai un train à prendre ce soir. Bon, je vous remercie. J'arrive.
I love those images of people talking on the phone back in the day. So some things never change. The need to use your phone in the metro. Metro musicians, the weird smell sometimes, the crowds, but also the opportunity to be able to zip around the Capitol with or without a cardboard ticket.
It is a pretty great system. Flo, thank you so much for that up-close look at the Metro ticket and the Paris Metro. Don't forget, if you want to take a look at any of the other French connections we've done for you or tweet your own questions to Flo, you can do that at Flo Villeneuve or check out the website france24.com. Live from Paris continues with Nadia